Hi, my name is Mike, and this is a presentation on a project for a company called Cool Widgets. So I prepared a status report. Wait, I'm the project manager. I'm acting as a project manager for a company called Cool Widgets, and I prepared a status report for the most recent updates to the project. This status report will include the most recently completed milestones, the upcoming milestones to be completed, and I'll do a little in-depth explanation of what's going on. So, once again, my name is Mike, and welcome to my presentation. Uh, so, Cool Widgets, it's a company that needs my help as the project manager to come up with a plan to to train and teach all of their employees on how to use Microsoft Office so that they can streamline their internal stuff. So I'd put together a project to deliver the training and teaching from October until October of 2018 until like October of 2019. So the total project length will be 1 year, and things are going great right now. The project status is in very good status. The project is green. We're in the execution phase, which means that we're done with planning and contemplation and stuff like that. So yeah, project is going well. A little background information about the project itself. The project is meant to create and deliver a Microsoft Office educational program and training for the employees of Cool Widgets. The training program duration is from December 2018 to October 2019. The project is 12 months from October 2018 to October 2019. The purpose of the Microsoft Office program is to teach and train employees to use the new system. Cool Widgets is implementing this procedure in their business. Cool Widgets is implementing this procedure in their business and hopes to bring everyone on board the new system. Like I said, the project status is green. It's on track to completion. All initiation and planning is finished. The execution phase is going smoothly, and all employees are learning Microsoft Office. We're maintaining frequent communication between the stakeholders and the sponsors so that we can ensure that the delivery of the project is like consistent across all of the parties involved in the project. So we're going to stay communicating and keep a clear idea of what is going to be delivered as the final result in this project. The program schedule is finalized, and the employees are learning the new system, and the project is on track to completion. Deep dive. I don't know why I chose that as a title, but whatever. up up next is an in-depth view on the status and the status of the project and its milestones. Project status explained. So I'm going to explain some of the elements that affect project status. In this project, the adoption rate by which the employees become proficient at Microsoft Office will basically determine the effectiveness of the program. This rate also aids in the projection of successful completion of the Microsoft Office skills program. And yeah, that's like one of the most important metrics for our entire data collection and tracking and analytics part of the program, because if people aren't getting it, then we can't move forward, and we could potentially, if people just don't get it, like if they don't understand Microsoft Office, then we can't move forward. We just will be held back, and we could potentially miss a deadline, like the deadline to finish the training program. That could be missed if people just don't get it. So the adoption rate, real important. That can affect the project status. Another element is the learning curve. Some employees are bound to have problems adapting to the new system, which poses a potential area for scope creep. Preliminary action must take place to avoid going over budget or the deadline. Timeline. The Microsoft Office program is set for completion in the fourth quarter of 2019. Some believe that this is ample time to adopt the new system, while others are weary that it might not be enough time. Costs. The employees must adopt Microsoft Office skills within the specified time frame. The increased cost with auxiliary training has the potential to put the project over budget. Communication. The dialogue between project manager and the director of Cool Widgets, or the stakeholder and the sponsor, must be consistent to avoid the development of problems with scope, such as work, time, and resources to deliver the project. When you don't have a clear understanding of what is going to be delivered as the final result of the project, then it brings about a situation where more work or more time or more resources are required to deliver the same end result. So we communication is really important here. So we aim to be as clear, concise, and in agreement at all times with the stakeholders, sponsors, project manager, aka me, and the director of Cool Widgets. Oh, there was one more piece. It's called project closure. This is the last part, but it might be the most important, because this is where this project closure is when we close out the project, like when we deliver the final result and everyone, all the employees can use Microsoft Office at that point. So there are certain problems that can extend the deadline, such as like a slow adoption rate. It can extend the deadline. It can extend the deadline of the project. Microsoft Office can have a steep learning curve. The potential for a slow adoption rate must be addressed in advance to avoid missing the deadlines. So the teaching and training phases require more specification of the work to be done, or else we risk the potential for problems near the end of the project, such as an adoption rate that is too low to complete the project in time for the certification ceremony. The project closure phase requires more attention, because there are potential problems which we have not yet discussed. Specifically, the scenario where all employees are finished with where not all employees are finished with the training program. Another scenario is employees who experience a steep learning curve on the job after the program has commenced. We must plan and avoid these problems in order to keep the project on schedule and in scope. This is the biggest problem for this project, is ensuring that all of the employees actually get it, because if they just don't get it, then we can't move forward and we're going to miss a deadline. So other than that, the project is good. But yeah, so this slide, it says a quote: "An end is only a guise for a new beginning." When I made this slide, I was thinking about how excited I am for this class to be over, but I'm also excited to take the concepts and stuff that I learned and apply them. I actually work for an architectural firm with all of my coworkers are project managers, and this class is very helpful, and I can tell that the terminology that I use in class is, or no, the terminology that I use from class, but I use it at work, it's really helpful to them, because I actually know what's going on. I'm the administrative assistant, but they're all architects, and they're all their own project managers and stuff. So the end of this class is only the beginning of a life of project management skills and capabilities, and I'm really excited for that. Anyway, there's 8 months left in the program. So if it stays on track, they'll be finished by October 2019. How exciting, right? um, so a couple extra tidbits about the milestones in the project. So the last few things that we accomplished is that we started the training program, we finalized the schedule, the project is on schedule and is making great progress. Other accomplishments include we began the data tracking and analytics part of the project. We're tracking certain metrics just to be clear on the status of the project, and we are on track to completion. It's on track. The project is on track to completion as the execution is well underway with no real problems in sight. With a little more planning for project closure, this project will be able to be wrapped up with no problem. There are, of course, some areas where some extra attention is needed to avoid the potential for problems during project closure, but these are only possibilities. The real truth is that the status of the project is as close to ideal as any project manager could ever hope their project to be. Upcoming milestones, we have some concerns to address, namely the project closure concerns. So if there's a low adoption rate, like I said, if the employees are just not getting it, then it's going to take us longer to complete the project because we need all the employees on board. Okay, and some people take longer to learn than others, but that's not an excuse to just not learn at all. Like, you have to learn this or else you're fired. So we got a plan we got a plan to avoid that problem. And that's a milestone, plan for those potential problems that can happen, some planning. And then continue the Microsoft Office training program, continue data tracking for certification and skills management purposes, start administering periodic aptitude tests, and award certifications. After that, we close out the program and we are done. Those are the upcoming milestones. I wrote at the bottom of the slide, it will be over before you know it. Nothing lasts forever, not even project management class. After the training, Cool Widgets will close out the project and will be finally finished. Oh, one more thing, and goodbye, Cool Widgets. I think that's what that means. Okay, so the project timeline, we had to include the project timeline in the form of a Gantt chart. So that will be on the next slide. On this slide, you can see the 5 stages of project management, or 5 stages of a project's life cycle in project management, which is initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closure. And this is the Gantt chart. So the main deliverables is to outline the goals and requirements of the project. That was when we were just starting. That was the initiation phase. Next, we have more planning, which we organize and outline the program. Then we begin the Microsoft Office Skills Development Program. After that, at the same time as that, we monitor and guide the progress of the adaptation program so that we can implement change if necessary. Like, if someone doesn't get it, then we're going to make you get it, or you're fired. And then after the training program and everyone actually gets it, then we award the employee training program completions. And that's it. Like, we just teach the employees and give them their certifications, and we move on with our day, and that'll be the end of the project. So those are the 5 or 6 main deliverables or main tasks in this project. And if you can see that little arrow pointing from those, um, on the timeline part, if you can see those little arrows, that basically means that in order for us to go from one task to another, like in order to do a task, we first must complete the task where the arrow is coming from, if that makes sense. It's like we can't start the office skills development program if we haven't organized and outlined the program, because at that point there wouldn't be a program to even like start, you know. We can't award employee training program certifications without giving the certification course, because then employees, like, you just can't have a certification if you don't know what you're doing, you know. So yeah, those arrows basically are the project's critical path. It basically means this task must be completed before this other task, and so on. And that's it. That was my presentation. My name is Mike, and this was my presentation on Cool Widgets project to streamline their internal procedures for Microsoft Office use. Thanks for watching, and if you want, I put some links below, like my Facebook or whatever, and yeah, check me out. My timeline's lit. Uh, Special credits to the people who helped me put this thing together. They're on the Slides Carnival and Unsplash. More thanks to Font Squirrel, where I got the font and typographies. And that's the end. Bye.